as much as we talk about her defense, she's also a threat on the offensive end.
1 second for Carrington. Lays it in at the horn. DiJonai Carrington made for the moment.
So DiJonai, I know the question that everyone wants to know, okay, maybe I definitely want to know, is when you hit the court, you look glamorous. The face is beat, and no matter what you do in the course of the game, sweating, running, sprinting, I mean, you're defending, you're playing hard, but the makeup does not move. So what is the secret to the products? What are the products you use to keep your face looking fresh?
I would say the first thing is not using a lot of products or product. I use a concealer. It's over here. When I do sweat, it's not even a ton of product that I sweat off. Before you go to the next product, make sure that that one has fully set in. The biggest thing for me also is skincare. As long as my skin is in a good shape during that game, then I feel like my makeup stays on even better.
Most people don't think about beauty when they think about basketball.
People think that one can't exist with the other, but I think that the two can coexist so well, and I think that that's one of the reasons why women's basketball is really taking off right now. It's surprising you something that's different from what your idea of an athlete is. You gotta be different sometimes. You gotta be yourself, and for me, I truly try to be authentically me in whatever space I'm in, whether that's on the court, whether that's in a business meeting, whatever it may be. I try to just be me, be unique.
I'm curious as to what first inspired you to bring beauty to basketball.
I've always been into beauty, but I think growing up, going to private school all my life and wearing uniforms literally from preschool till 12th grade, there wasn't a lot of individuality in those spaces. So being able to have something that can set me apart from, everyone else around me was how I looked and what I did with my hair. Like even when I was in high school, there were only certain colors you were allowed to have at my school. So beauty and my makeup became one of those few things that I could actually control, and I decided to just run with it.
All right, well, I'm going to let you finish up, and I can't wait to see the end results.
I can't wait either.
All right, I got a little sneak peek, but I'm going to get back over here, though. Okay, they did that. The look is a 10 out of 10. Yes, better twirl. It looks great.
Thank you.
I love it. Well, we're at the CAF, which is a cool place in downtown Hartford.
Yes.
The perfect backdrop to talk a little bit about fashion.
I'm ready.
Want to do that?
I'm excited.
Well, we got some pieces here we can kind of look at, but my biggest question for you is, well, what is your inspiration when it comes to your tunnel fits and just your overall look?
I just like to wear stuff that I'm comfortable in, and I feel like I'm not gonna have this body forever, and that's what my vibe usually is when I pick out my outfits. I'm like, just enjoy it. Like, enjoy this time, enjoy the spotlight, enjoy whatever. And I like to just wear stuff that's comfortable for me. So I don't really go outside of my box of what is for DiJonai, but it works for me.
When I think fashion, when I think style, I don't like to think rules, right?
Yeah.
Like what people should or should not do. But do you have any guidelines, like DiJonai's do's or don'ts?
One thing I would say is don't even think about trends. Like, do you, don't do the trend, because every trend isn't for everybody. So that would be one of my things. And then speak up, especially a lot of people who have stylists. I'm saying for the W, a lot of people who have stylists, I feel like sometimes people wear stuff that they're not necessarily comfortable in because this is what the stylist suggested, or this is what someone else told them that might look good. But then you're not comfortable in it, and when you're not comfortable, you can tell. Like, you gotta be comfortable in what you're wearing so you can own it and really feel like you. So speak up, do you, wear what you wanna wear.
I love own it. That's the perfect way to describe your style, because when you show up, it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, that is made for her body. Like, it literally looks like the pieces are made for your body, and of course, face, all that done. Own it.
Own it.
I want to add that to my I need that before I go out next time.
Own it.
Own it. I'm
That's
gonna look in the
it.
mirror and say, own it, girl.
Yes,
okay?
because sometimes people be like, you're doing too much. Like, even, especially before it was all this fandom, it was always like, are you going to a game or are you going to a beauty pageant? And I'm like, I'm going to both. And this is what is comfortable for me. And this is me in my element. So I'm gonna do it.
All right, so
What we got?
we're gonna put all this to the test.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
I think so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, and I want
Oh my
you to
gosh.
utilize any racks in this store to pick out a tunnel fit. A
Oh my
DiJonai
gosh.
styled and inspired tunnel fit. You got 2 minutes.
Oh my God.
Think you can do it?
Yes.
All right, that's what I wanted to hear. All right, let's go.
I really might do this whole thing. I need a crop top. I guess I have to have a bag, right? All right, all right. I think we can make this work. All right, you ready for me?
I'm ready.
Rate the fit.
Oh my goodness. How did you come up with this? I didn't even, this looks so perfect on you. And how is this pinned up? Okay, how did you do this?
The vision, it was just starting to come together. I don't know. This is I like this, but I had to cut off the bottom 2 girls. Just tucked it in. We're a little broad, tuck it in. The pants literally sit perfectly. But I grabbed a belt anyway, so I decided to just, make it a little rock star vibe.
You know where you
Bring
really
it
got
in.
me is the glasses, like the orange tint with the orange, and then she's got
Just
the
a
orange.
little
in
bit
the-
right
I
here.
mean,
Bring it all together. And then I still, you gotta make it still a little girly.
this is top tier.
Thank you.
You literally did this in 2 minutes. Okay, maybe 2.5.
2.5,
This
2.5.
is very impressive.
I'm glad you like it. Are you gonna rate it 1 to 10 or what? You can be honest.
The color, the femininity, you've got a little bit of streetwear in there. I love that you ended with a heel. I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. You did that. You did that.
10?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, you're a 10 for 10 on the face beat and the hair. You're a 10 for 10 on the outfit.
Thank you.
How about we get to know a little bit more about DiJonai?
I think it's that time.
I think it is too. Let's do it. You are truly beauty and brains personified.
you.
Have multiple degrees from Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about what you studied and why.
Thank you, first off. But I studied psychology and I studied African and African American studies. And I always knew I wanted to do psychology, just growing up watching all those TV shows about like Criminal Minds or Lie to Me, all these things. So I knew psychology was gonna be in there. But as soon as I got to Stanford, my first class I took was African American Women's Lives. The professor, shout out Dr. Allison Hobbs, she changed my life, honestly. And the things that I learned in that 8-week quarter, was more than I learned in my entire 18 years prior to, that class. So it just really opened my eyes and I was like, oh wow, there's so much about me, my people, my, just ancestors that I don't know. And I just kept taking those classes, and next thing you knew, they were like, okay, you're only 8 credits away from the major. And I was like, oh, well, might as well. So it kind of came naturally.
How, if at all, have your majors helped you as you have transitioned into the WNBA?
Yeah, I think definitely psychology has helped, and just learning how to deal and be in different kind of groups, different relationships with different people. Everyone is so different in the way that they respond to things, and the way that they to talk about conflict, and the way that you just can lift them up. Everyone has their different personality styles, and I think having that psychology background has helped me to be able to communicate with people who like every different style. And I just feel like I'm very aware of my teammates and who, needs a little extra love today and who just you need to leave alone today type of thing. I really think that part of my education has trickled over into the basketball side. And then the African side, I think the W is, I know the W is at the forefront of many, many social justice issues, one being racial issues, women issues, things like that. And having that knowledge and the actual, book study knowledge is really helpful to be able to just be in those rooms and, give a little bit of insight.
See, I wanted to major in psychology, but I barely got out of the intro class. Psych 101 got me, okay? I got my D and moved on with life.
Okay? You gotta get past that one. And then you can take whatever, little subtopics you want.
If you weren't playing basketball, though, what would you be doing?
I think I might be doing a lot of different things. Maybe modeling, maybe coaching, maybe sports broadcasting, maybe I want to go back and get my PhD eventually in psychology, so maybe I would already have that and be working in the psychology field. I don't really know, kind of just a lot of different areas that interest me, so it's going to be interesting when I put the ball down what I decide to do.
Dr. DiJonai Carrington.
Say it again.
That has a nice sound to it.
It has a ring, right?
Yes. I'm like, I can get used to that. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned sports commentating, and I know that you had the opportunity to work with the Boston Celtics in the off season. What did you enjoy about broadcasting?
Yeah, I got to get to your level, but it was a fun first experience for me. I had never called like a real game before, and to do it on that stage, it was a lot, but it was exciting. Once like the game started and I felt like I got into the rhythm, it was like, okay, now it's just basketball. I think it's all the prep work that kind of had me stressed out a little bit. Them pages and pages and pages of notes and stats and just storylines, things like that. But like once the game got going, it was like, okay, this is basketball at the end of the day, and I know what I'm talking about.
All right, DiJonai, the C's are led offensively by Jaylen Brown and Derek White. What's on your mind as we head into this second half?
Well, I've been focused on the role players for the Celtics. You've seen Cornette got any rebound he wanted in the first half, and the Celtics also have 11-4 on three. So I'm hoping that the Pistons, for their sake, are able to keep them off the glass and protect the three-point line a little bit better.
It was fun though, but growing up, I used to be the play-by-play announcer for like all the high school games. Yeah, since I was like 7, all the way through when I graduated.
Oh, so you probably got more experience than me at this point. That's a lot of game calling.
Lower level though.
Well, I know when you were younger, you also played football. Now, was this pads on football?
Pads on.
Tell me about that journey.
My dad played in the NFL, so football was always something that we were around. And then my brother started playing football, and he's 3 years older than me. So like, I just wanted to be around my siblings. My sister played basketball, so I just wanted to be around them. And it kind of was just natural. I would always be at my brother's games, go to his practices. My dad would coach him. And I was just like, I want to try, I want to play. So my dad made me try flag my first year. And then they were like, okay, if you can handle this, then we'll let you do tackle. And my mom was really the one, no, that's my baby. Da-da-da-da-da. But she knew I was tough. And so the next year, I was like, I want to do it. I want to do tackle. And they let me, and it was amazing. I loved it. And I think it translates to basketball, just with toughness and, fortitude to keep going.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how do you think that football plays out in the style of basketball that you play?
I think it plays out a lot. Just physicality, not being afraid to get down and dirty, to get physical with people, seeking out contact. I'm very comfortable with contact on the court. Whether I'm initiating it or receiving it, I'm good, So I think it's definitely played a part. And then just also defensively, I played safety when I was I played wide receiver and I played safety. And so as a safety, you're in the back and you're watching everything. And you have to make those instinctual moves and, run passing lanes or whatever, make breaks in football. But, in basketball, you run passing lanes, and I think it has really helped me just with my instincts of making plays and getting steals and stuff like that.
Carrington this time. She wants to run. Scores and the foul.
You mentioned your parents, and I know they have had a major impact on your life. You also talk a lot about your faith.
Yeah.
What has your faith journey been like, in particular, knowing that you've had a lot of injuries and some things to overcome in your career? How's your faith help you do that?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it starts with my parents. My dad's actually a pastor. He's been a pastor since he retired from the NFL. He went straight into being a pastor. And then my mom, she's in ministry. I've gone to private Christian school all my life, and my mom worked at the school. And so, I've always been around it, but it really wasn't until I got injured myself where I had to, kind of become not a Christian all over again, but have my own faith, and not a faith that was indicative or dependent on what my parents did. And I found Christ for myself in that sense. And so it was hard, especially being young. The first time I tore my ACL, I was, I think, 14, 15 years old. And at that time, basketball was my life. It was my identity. It was like everyone, when you saw me, it was like DiJonai the athlete, DiJonai the basketball player, whatever. And so when that was taken away from me like that, I had to figure out, okay, who am I? And so I think it was really good for me to have it happen at an early age, because I was able to figure out that basketball is something that I do and I love it, but it's not at all who I am. It's just a piece of it. I'm a lot more than just a basketball player. So I found my identity in Christ, in something that never is gonna waver, in someone who never is gonna waver as well. And it has helped me, because I've had multiple injuries after that. A lot of different things, rough patches, and the one thing remains the same, and that's Christ, and that's my relationship with him, and it all is rooted when I was 14, 15 years old in that injury. It's really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because for anyone who's gone through rehab, injuries, especially like a 9 to 12 month type of rehab injury, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel at all. It's one day at a time, and you're just trying to figure out, how am I going to be able to straighten my leg tomorrow? How am I be able to lift it up, go to the bathroom, whatever. So definitely there was question marks. And even when I got drafted pretty late, coming out of college, I knew the odds weren't in my favor to make a roster and stick on a roster, but like I've always told people, you just have to bet on yourself, and it's not necessarily about when you go, especially in the draft. It's where, and the fit, and what you're willing to do. And I knew what I had to do, which was play defense. And I got 5 All-Stars, you know what I mean, when I came in as a rookie. So they didn't need me to score, and you just have to find where you get in, where you fit in.
I knew when you got drafted, I said, this is the steal of the draft.
You did say that. I remember, actually.
You remember
I
that?
do, for real.
I really believe that.
Kurt Miller was hoping that some players would drop down, and DiJonai Carrington is one we thought may go early second, late first, but she is just an outstanding player.
Look at me now. Look at that part. You mentioned the injuries. You came into this season with a significant injury. And it wasn't until April that you knew that you would be healthy, and now you are off to the best start of your WNBA career. How has this all come together for you?
Yeah, like I said, it goes back to my faith, honestly. And I know we were talking about it, but it really does, because what other answer could it be? For almost a whole year, I was dealing with my foot injury from last July till this May. And so what other answer could it be that the camp starts April 28th, and the second week of April, I'm able to push off, jump, do all of these things, land, that I wasn't able to do for the past 9 months. It's not me. I was doing the things I needed to do, as far as going to rehab and, working out, training, strengthening, everything. But at the end of the day, God, that's really the only answer.
God.
Yeah, literally.
Beautiful, check. Fierce athlete, check. Intelligent, check. Multi-dimensional woman. You have everything covered.
Thank you.
When you think about this journey, going from a tough injury to having an incredible season, what have you learned about yourself?
Thank you again. But I think I just learned of what I'm capable of, and the fact that literally nothing in this world and nobody can stop me or hold me back if I just lock in on what I need to lock in on. And if I stay grounded, I know it's obviously early in the season, but nobody saw this coming for me. Nobody saw this coming for my team. Like, you know, we just keep shocking the world, and that's what we're going to keep trying to do. But I'm just, you know, I'm grateful. I got to just stay grounded and keep giving God the glory, because at the end of the day, none of this would be possible without his hand over all of it.
So beautiful. I love that you give all honor to God, because that's me too. My first thing is always, but God.
No, for real. Like, people don't understand. They really don't.
They don't get it.
There were some days, you know, where it's just question marks and tears. But look where we are today.
There's so much to take in. I've enjoyed this time with you so much. Because I see you in the tunnel and your fits are always correct and your face is beat, and then you just compete like you're an ultimate competitor between the lines. And I talk to you and I hear your Stanford degree coming through, all aspects of who you are. Yeah. But when people walk away after having been in your presence, what do you want them to know about DiJonai?
Ooh, that's a good question. I just want them to feel like we're here, like equals. I don't ever want anyone to feel like when they speak to me that they're getting spoken down to, or like that anybody's greater than them. Because I don't know. I think that's a lot of times just like the conception with professional athletes or with social media, things like that. Like, people think that, oh, I'm above you or you're above them. Like, I just want everyone to feel comfortable, feel like they could be themselves, and feel like we're peers. We're, you know, nobody's greater than the next. And I also want to make sure that, you know, you can see Christ through me and through my actions, through my words, because sometimes you're not going to get to sit there and have a conversation with somebody and be like, Jesus this, Jesus that. But through the way that you live your life and through your actions and just through the things that they observe from you, they can see that. And that's what I hope that, you know, people get from me.
Well, I have learned so much about you and from you today, and so has everyone who's been a part of this production. In fact, we are at the CAF by Cafeteria, Downtown Hartford, and Josh, our owner here, wanted to give you a special gift.
Oh!
So you can come back and do
and
some
shop
shopping and have some fun on your off day.
Off day.
That's right. Maybe he'll throw this kit in there too, because this is fire.
I kept it on too.
Take it home. Put it in the bag. But that's a gift from Josh.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
This is
thank
so
you for spending your off day with us.
Anytime. I'll be back.